Join us in lighting the chalice, bringing flames from Unitarian congregation around Northeast India. We light this chalice, a symbol of love in the spirit of community and in hope for the kindness we share with one another. May this flame remind us that together we can bring warmth, compassion, and shared love wherever we go. To Nang Roy.
Na 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 na.
Anugerkan Greetings from Cape Town in South Africa. I am Reverend Gur Milandu Mwanga, Community Minister at Cape Town Unitarian Church and a member of the UUCA Pan-African Network Leadership Team. Allow me, before I start, to express my sincere gratitude for giving me the opportunity to share my thought about the theme, Funding Hope Together. And in line of this topic, I was requested to briefly speak about the work we are doing as African Unitarians through the Pan-African UU Network, a platform that was put in place by African UU leaders from different countries in the continent to oversee the challenges that are affecting our congregation and to find a common ground to support each other. This is indeed a powerful topic, powerful because it reflects the current challenges that are affecting the global community today. Injustice here, conflict there. From Europe, or rather from Africa to Europe, from Asia to America, the need to build bridges of cooperation and to fund remedies for trauma healing has become the goal to strengthen our bond and create our wellness as human for our life in community. The reality is that in terms of uncertainty, hope can sometimes feel far away, but still wishful. It becomes the quiet strength that reminds us that tomorrow can still be better than today. And one of the truths, rather the most powerful truth we can discover is that hope grows together or stronger when we fund it together. Indeed, across Africa, our communities are carrying the heavy burden of poverty and uncertainty about tomorrow. Yet, even in the middle of the struggles, hope continues to arise. And through the Pan-African UU Network, we have embarked in the journey of funding hope together by mobilizing congregation in a different part of Africa around the vision of Ubuntu as our African way of living life in community. I am because you are. A vision that promotes our humanity and our authenticity. The vision that allows us to revisit without fear our colonial heritage that has repressed our spiritual and cultural identity. The Ubuntu reminds us that no one succeeds alone and no one should suffer alone. That hope is alive wherever people refuse to give up on humanity. And that hope grows when people stand together. Yes, this is what we have been trying to consolidate through some gathering we have had in Burundi, Rwanda, Kenya, and South Africa between African Unitarian leaders to channel that hope. The hope to facilitate a critical thinking within Africans, challenging us to go beyond our narrow religious mind and prevail acceptance, compassion, and tolerance over the animosity often existing between different faiths on the continent, especially between African and Muslim. Today, we have come together under the umbrella of the Pan-African UU Network to fund the hope of building a strong Unitarian movement in Africa, able to lift the legacy of the African spirituality. Yes, Africa is rich in culture, music, wisdom, and creativity. And we know pretty well, when we share those gifts with the world, we plant, or we are planting the seed of a common hope for a more beautiful and human future. One of the popular songs states, "There is more love somewhere." I'm going to keep on until I find it. Indeed, hope can be found everywhere. But the reality is that finding hope somewhere requires reaching out to others to find not only a shoulder to lean on, but also to be a shoulder that others can lean on. For this reason, somewhere become a space of safety, a space of mutual understanding and healing, where we hold each other's pain and celebrate each other's joy, a space where compassion and tolerance are sister to justice and love brothers to care, that allow us building a solid foundation that challenge our ego over humility and our selfishness over generosity. It is that space calling us, you and I, to reach out together and experience hope, allowing you and I to act toward making the world a better place to be. Beloved, wherever you are and whoever you are, please come and go to that space where we are bound. I will meet you there. So be it. And amen.
Mabuhay from the Philippines. My name is Reverend Arman Pedro, Church Administrator of the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines. The theme, Finding Hope Together, is so timely and deeply relevant as we continue to face the difficult challenges affecting our people, our communities, and our world. As a faith community, we cannot simply sit back and remain silent while lives are being impacted by both natural and human-made catastrophes. I will read this short story called The Bayanihan Spirit. Once upon a time, in a small barrio, nestled among the rice fields and coconut groves, there lived a humble family named the Garcias. The Garcias were known far and wide for their unwavering generosity and the spirit of bayanihan that flowed through their veins. One day, a powerful typhoon struck the barrio, leaving devastation in its wake. Homes were destroyed, crops were ruined, and the villagers were left with little hope. Amidst the chaos, the Garcias opened their doors to their neighbors, offering shelter, food, and comfort to those in need. As days turned into weeks, the Garcias and their neighbors worked tirelessly together, rebuilding homes, clearing debris, and replanting crops. The Bayanihan spirit was alive and thriving as everyone lent a helping hand without hesitation or complaint. As the sun set on the horizon, casting a golden glow over the rejuvenated barrio, The Garcias and their neighbors gathered for a simple yet heartfelt feast. Laughter, songs, and stories filled the air, weaving a tapestry of unity and resilience. This story became an important part of our family culture across generations and greatly shaped our family values as Unitarian Universalists. It strongly reflects the Filipino spirit of bayanihan, which embodies communal unity, cooperation, and volunteerism. A popular image representing this tradition is a group of people carrying a traditional Filipino house together. Over time, the spirit of bayanihan has transformed in various forms. Communal unity and volunteerism can be seen when someone in a village becomes ill, passes away, or loses their homes to a typhoon, as people come together to provide help, as well as moral and emotional support to the affected family. On a larger scale, the spirit of bayanihan can also be observed when people from all walks of life unite in protests, calling on authorities to take action on urgent issues of national concern. Our Unitarian Universalist faith reminds us that humanity is deeply and intentionally connected. As a faith that places love at the center of our work, we have a moral obligation to care for one another. No one should be left behind. We are not alone in our fights and struggles. We have one another and a faith community that walks alongside with us. Indeed, our collaborative efforts make a difference in the lives we touch, helping the sick, visiting prisoners, feeding the homeless, providing sanctuary to strangers, standing with the less privileged, fighting for the oppressed, and engaging in many other works of justice. All this give me hope. May the spirit of bayanihan dwell in our hearts so that wherever we go, we act with love and kindness, serve with compassion, and share our light of hope. May it be so, and blessed be.
Greetings from Brisbane, Australia, where we begin all our Unitarian Universalist services with some version of the following. I respectfully acknowledge the Turrbal and Yagara peoples as the traditional owners and custodians of the land and waters we call Meanjin, Brisbane. I pay my deep respects to elders past, present and emerging, and recognise their enduring connection to country, culture and community. My name is Renee Hills, and today I'm going to share with you a little about how I found a sense of belonging in the Brisbane Unitarian Universalist Fellowship almost 21 years ago now. I was born into a fundamentalist, high-control Christian sect. All of my family, my cousins, uncles, aunties, grandparents, and most of my friends were in it. Leaving such a group is very painful, spiritually, socially, and psychologically. It can take decades to heal the damage done by the mind control type messaging, to find a way to make life meaningful, and to build a social network. For me, leaving the group when I was 43 was like jumping off a cliff without a parachute. I fell into what I now realise was nihilism. The universe seemed random, meaningless, and uncaring. Life was difficult. Unitarian Universalism is not well known in Australia, so I had no idea of what I was going to when I attended my first service. But I was curious and anxious. I loved the chalice lighting and the sincerity of the people sharing their joys and concerns. but I didn't really know what to think about the people in the room. It was such a diverse group. There was a gay guy, a pagan woman, an outspoken retired educator, and a bearded man who looked like he'd stepped out of the last century. But then at some point, everyone began singing, "Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of living, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come." Well, my heart cracked open. The words blurred on the order of service sheet I held in my hands. I felt welcome. For years, I'd thought of myself as the leaver, the outsider, the wrong one. Yet here, being a lover of leaving was not a failure. It was part of belonging. That day, I began learning about Unitarianism, learning new songs, learning about the principles and later on the values, learning about our fellowship covenant, learning that I belonged, learning our history. The fellowship nurtured my exploration of different philosophies and helped me become more socially aware and compassionate. I love discovering that Unitarian Universalism is expressed differently in different parts of the world in response to the needs of local congregations and cultures. It is a joy to know I belong with Unitarians and Unitarian Universalists in the Philippines, in the US, in Transylvania, in the Czech Republic. And it is such a joy to connect with Unitarian friends in New Zealand, Kenya, South Africa, Germany, Norway, and Greece and Canada. I am deeply grateful now to belong to such an expansive, inclusive tradition. And if any of you would like to meet some Australian UUs in person, come to our beautiful Rainforest Retreat weekend on the 12th of July this year at the Springbrook Mountain in the Gold Coast hinterland south of Brisbane. You will be warmly welcomed. You belong.
God, eternal, infinite Spirit, whoever you are, whatever we call you, we erect beautiful cathedrals and churches to worship you and to find you in those beautiful buildings, which sometimes, instead of bringing us closer to you, are even separating us from you and from each other. And sometimes we find you in the warmth of a friend's hand, in the spirit of community, in a smile of a child, and we realize that we don't need to build beautiful buildings to find you and through you to find ourselves and each other, but instead of that we need to build bridges toward each other. We need to build that kind of common hope, common sense for this world, which brings us hope for the future. So help us to bring your light to every corner of this world. Help us to be the means of hope in this troubled world where we see that sometimes with your names are killing people all over the world. Help us to build that real future, that real peaceful environment, which is in the simplicity, in the freedom, in the light of your presence. Help us to be able to live up to this demand. Help us to be the means of your will. Bless our international community and help us to reach to our hands and to touch each other and create that kind of community where we feel that in this beautiful cause we are not alone. We are together here and we are together with you in this endeavor to bring smile and joy and beauty to this world. Amen.
So we are grateful that we could gather here in the place of our ancestors, the Polish brethren, that we could revive this place once again. We extinguish the light, but we take its warmth and light in our hearts for the future. Gasimy tę świecę, ale jej światło i ciepło będziemy trzymać w naszych sercach.
Gasząc tą świecę, pozostawiamy siłę tego płomienia i jasność w swych umysłach.
We hope that our light is always with us because you are, as creator, you are always with us, even we don't see and feel this every day. But we hope that we will be more conscious, more deep and uh, more wise to understand that you are always with us, does not matter, which is what is our history, what is our future. Let's understand this in our everyday life. Niech płomień tego światła jest w naszym codziennym życiu i niech nam przypomina, że jesteśmy zawsze z Tobą.
We are extinguishing this light. We want to take it as a part of our self, because the light symbolizes a truth which we want to take with us and spread and make peace in this world. Thank you.